What's up? It's rocking with the Shivas, bro. Ha ha. Yeah. That's right. Shivas. Now, the Shivas is who we rock with, period. In soccer, here, football, is Man U, Premier League, Euro League, Shivas. It's who we came in with, that's who we stayed with. Now, this is Karceno Hood Story 41. Been a while since I gave you one, so I figured I might as well give you one before I step out today. And this one is vintage for Cinco de Mayo, the celebration for the Mexican holiday, the day they stood up to Spain and Maximilian and all of them and beat them with all kind of weapons and everything they just had. They were outnumbered. They just was tired of it. They had, farmers' equipment. And that's when you figured out that all the farming equipment could be used to actually murder some people. And they wiped them out. They threw a big party. And once Spain came back, they sent an armada. And May 6th wasn't a good day. So, but that victory party must have been something to see. Now, going into this soccer, it's very huge in Latino areas as far as Colombia, Dominican Republic, even in the Euro leagues. Only here in the United States, it's not as big because we have other sports that's, more popular. And it's growing now. I mean, we've seen a lot more involvement here because we got a lot more Hispanics and people from other nations coming over that like to watch it. And the girl I was dating, their family put me on to the Chivas. That's where they from, Guadalajara, baby. Chivas! This was the first Mexican girl I ever dated. And she's like the Mexican J-Lo too, by the way. So, she was bad. And anyway, her family, I just brought some Coronas and Modelo's. Like, I didn't know which one to bring. They're like, you brought them both. That means you're good. Come on, let's drink. Long as it is, I'm like, well, I don't know who to root for. Who we going for? Just root for the Chivas? You're good. So I was Chivas! And then they were winning that season. It was the best season they had in years. And they was like, we lose every year. But not this year. You're the good luck charm. Yeah! So when we and her broke up, they were mad at her like, you ruined the Chivas. You ruined something great. It's your fault. You could still come over and watch the games. Did she do anything? We had the best season ever because of him. I'm like, see, I'm a catch. Should have stayed. Forget about me not calling you for a couple of days. I'm going to do that. That's what I do. I got other things that's more important on my shelf. And she break down and cry. It's not that serious. So, that's just a sample of what I had to deal with, the emotional levels. We don't care about every single thing as they do. You didn't even hug me when you went out the house. You don't love me. Oh. I'm like, I can't win for lose. So anyway, it's World Cup time. Now, Mexico, when they take all their teams, they take the best players and they put them on one team. And they have some players that's from the Chivas on the team. And everybody else is like, okay, well, let's see where this goes. And Mexico is playing in the World Cup, and this is like one of the best teams they had in years. And some people that I work with at the job, they got a couple of friends that they go and watch the games. Now, here's the thing. When they go and watch these games, it's like all these people there from the job or friends that they know, and they all sit there watching the game. There's a lot of cars out there. And in most of the places out here in Illinois, unless you own a big home, you can, parking is only maybe 2 spots. Some may be reserved. So this guy just parked in another spot that was there, and it belonged to a neighbor. And he's already irate that they're making noise next door because of the game. And sometimes World Cup games don't happen till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, or some might come on at 7 in the morning. And Mexico played at like, I say about 6, 7 in the morning. So they all over there like, hey, here's a Modelo. Like they wide awake for this game. So the neighbor's like, his car is blocked in. So he parks his car right in front of it. And they was like, can you tell your friend to not park in my parking space anymore? You know, this is the second time I have to come to your house. I got to knock on your door and tell him to come out and get his car. You know, I don't like it. I don't like to have to come here and say this over and over again. But we need to do something about this. So anyway, they was like, whatever. So the second game came around. He had the guy's car towed. And they told the guy who it was, like, yeah, the car was towed, and they didn't know why. They thought because he parked in the spot, the complex came around and just decided to do some towing. So the guy was upset. The guy that was his buddy. And his buddy didn't speak much English at all, so he was really quiet all the time. I met him once in my life. And he just, but it's like, yeah, he don't speak too much English. All he say is what the hell. That's all he knew in English. What the hell? What the hell? You know, that's all he could say in English, so that was it. They nicknamed him What the Hell. So, what the hell just said, he said this and he said that. So anyway, after the second time, they found out his car was towed by the neighbor. The neighbor was like, see, I told you. I told you if he parked there again, I was going to have his car towed. So I called the housing association, and they came and they towed him. I called and they towed the car. You can't park in people's parking spaces. I told you. I was nice. So he leaves. So he gets back to work. He get off work, whatever. He tells his friend, hey, guess what? Remember when your car got towed? Yeah, that neighbor called him and told him to tow your car. So he was like, he did? So immediately, a decision was made. That guy went over to his house, and they have, on the first floor, your patio. As soon as you unlock your patio, you can walk straight out he's on the first floor, and they're just across from each other. He goes right over there. The guy's sitting in his in his house with the patio door like closed, and the screen's open. You can see people. It's nice out, So he's just sitting there. He's watching TV with his family. The guy comes into his patio door, slides the patio door open. He's like, can I help you? And he walks up to him. He's in the chair, shot him. Pop, 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 pop. Walked out the patio door, got in the car, and drove off. The guy who car he towed killed him right there in front of his family. Just came up with the gun, saw him, pop, 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 pop. Went right back out the patio door and took off. Now the guy that lives next door from him got a problem. Because now it's like, here come the neighbors. They all in there, not the neighbors, but the families, that they come in there to clean their family members' stuff out. The wife's hysterical, and she's like, murderers! Like the neighbor next door. He's like, man, I gotta move to another apartment complex in the facility because this lady's losing it. I can't stay here. I gotta move now because of this guy. This guy come over and murder someone, and he's like, his phone is disconnected. He probably went back to Mexico. And come to find out, that guy was in Mexico because he was hiding out. See, this is what I'm saying. Don't mess with Mexicans. You don't know exactly what their past story is. He was hiding out here in the United States because he had killed somebody over in Mexico. And it caused a big family war. Because the family's like, look, we got to ride with him on this. And in Mexico, they got a code or something. When it's a whole family, both family members just kept killing each other. and they warned back and forth. So they told him, look, we don't want them to kill you. You go to American hideout. We'll take care of these SOBs. They didn't like the families. It was a big war. They didn't like each other anyway. So the sisters fighting each other with knives, fighting each other, going and kind of cut each other. It's crazy. So they told him to come to America to hide out and lay low. So now that he went back to Mexico, they was like, yeah, they're gonna kill that guy when he gets back there. So all I can tell you is don't mess with Mexico. You never know what they past is. And that's it for this hood story. Go Shivas, and I'm out the door.